Bonġu kulħadd. Mela, Professur Gianluca Valentino, President tal-Kamra allura tax-Xjenzjati ta' Malta, Dottoressa Francesca Busuttil, li hija l-Koordinatur tal-Programm Youth Science Forum, membri, merħba del-Parlament, dal-għodu hija okkażjoni sabiħa ħafna li ħan ninsabu hawnhekk flimkien fil-Parlament ta' Malta magħkom grupp ta' studenti żgħażagħ minn diversi skejjer post-sekondarji, sixth form, u qegħdin hawnhekk biex intemmu l-programm tal-istudju tagħkom intitulat Youth Science Forum dwar Artificial Intelligence, l-intelligenza artifiċjali. It-treġija ta' dan il-programm edukattiv ġie fdat fidejn Dottor Francesca Busuttil, li hija uffiċjal tax-xjenza fi ħdan il-Kamra tax-Xjenzati ta' Malta. U qatt sabiħ tal-liema li qegħdin hawnhekk qed nara ħafna liema li qegħdin fi skejjel diversi. Fosthom qaluli il-Junior College, korreġuni, St. Martin's College Sixth Form u l-Kolleġġ ta' Sanawiġi. Jekk hawn xi ħaġa oħra għajduli jekk informat. Tajjeb. Jidhirli li din hija l-ewwel okkażjoni x'hekk profs, din hija l-okkażjoni li qegħdin hawnhekk fil-Parlament, allura huwa nur anke għalija li qegħdin nagħmlu dis-seduta din laqgħa biex nagħmlu programm ta' studju qegħdin hawnhekk fil-minnaħa tal-Chamber of Scientists b'kollaborazzjoni ovvjament mal-Parlament ta' Malta. Għal bosta snin il-Parlament kien dejjem tajnuna biex tkun organizzata dejjem inizjattiva li tqarreb il-pubbliku max-xjenza. Fil-fatt aħna ġenni għamna Science in the House u Science in the City, il-Parlament, u anke fil-Belt, ovvjament, barra. Dejjem nagħmlu l-aħħar ta' Settembru jew nkella bidu ta' xahar Ottubru. Qed insemmi dal-affarijiet biex infakkarkom li l-Parlament huwa miftuħ fil-fatt li kellna la oħra hawnhekk f'seduta oħra, ġifieri dejjem għaddejjin b'attivitajiet. Għaliex importanti li ikun hemm il-partiċipazzjoni tal-pubbliku, tal-ħassieba, tal-kull minnu akademiċi, eċetera, biex dejjem ikun hemm kull proposta li tasal inkluż intkom issa minn istituzzjoni edukattiva u nħeġġu żgħażagħ ġifieri u tfal tagħna li dejjem jitħajru u f'dal każ jippreparaw ruħhom, intkom tippreparaw ruħkom sew għall-istudju u anke l-ħidma professjonali l-qudiem fix-xjenza. Malta aktar minn pajjiżi oħra teħtieġ li jkollha individwi li jistudjaw ix-xjenzi bil-għan li jitjieb l-għajxien tal-poplu u aktar l-iżvilupp uman. Kif tafu bħalissa fil-Parlament anke iktar fil-foyer hemm wirja li bl-isem li għandha She Can, You Can. Din hija wirja li hija parti mill-ċelebrazzjoni tal-Jum Dinji tal-Mara u l-bniet fix-xjenza kif ukoll bħala parti minn diversi attivitajiet, ċelebrazzjonijiet matul l-2023 u l-2024 fejn Malta ovvjament bħala belt dinjija tax-xjenza u nur moti mill-pajjiżi mir-Royal Academy of Sciences and International Trust. So, minni jew minn huma x'kien, mhux hekk, u din hija xi ħaġa dan huma qatt sabiħ ta' Maltin, jekk taraw l-esibizzjoni isfel, u barranin li jgħixu f'pajjiżna u li sinilu kienu studenti wkoll tax-xjenza bħal intkom u llum għandhom professjoni tagħhom fix-xjenza. Allura huma japplikaw dak kollu li talmu, japplikaw allura għal ġid u benefiċċju ta' ħutom il-bnedmin. Xogħol minnhom għamlu isem anke fil-qasam tagħhom kemm f'pajjiżi wkoll fid-dinja. Huma magħrufin kemm mal-erf biex ngħid hekk iżawis aktar għal ġid tal-applikazzjoni tal-erf dik l-importanti li mhux biex tkun studjajt imma tapplika fit-titjib tal-ħajja tal-bnedmin kemm fil-kura pereżempju tal-morda u l-fejqan tal-mard fl-oqsma ta' tal-inġinerija, per eżempju, teknoloġija tal-informatika, il-ħarsien tal-ambjent u l-ibħra importanti ħafna, l-bidja ħafna u tant affarijiet oħra, l-lista hija twila. Allura, dawn li għandna fil-foyer, ovvjament ħadkolkom il-ċans tarawhom jew diġà rajtuhom, importanti, li huma role models biex hekk, li jista' jkunu ta' ispirazzjoni għalikom iż-żgħażagħ għall-istudju li waslukom għall-karriera u jwaslukom għall-professjoni fix-xjenza li pajjiżna kif ġajet tant huwa importanti u tant jeħtieġ. Ħanieqaf hawnhekk id-diskors tiegħi kemm nagħmel referenza għall-intelligenza artifiċjali, issa wkoll qed inqarbu b'ritmu qawwi fuq dina l-intelligenza ġenerali artifiċjali kif ukoll nafu li l-kapaċità tagħha se tkun li twettaq kwalinkwa kompitu intellettwali li l-bniedem jista' jwettaq. Saħansitra nżid jekk mhux aqwa iżda fl-aħħar snin minn jew fl-aħħar reċenti l-iktar reċenti hija l-aqwa sistema qed jingħad li kull wieħed waħda minnha għandu li waslet sabiex ġie żviluppat dan kollu il-moħħ tal-bniedem. Però nagħmel kawtela, u dena qed ngħidha għall-Papa jgħidu kulħadd, ejjew ma nalienawx lilna nfusna u naħsbu li l-kompjuter jibni s-sistema iżda huwa l-bniedem jibqa' l-bniedem illi u l-ħsieb li jibnu l-sistemi u għalhekk naraw li dak li kapaċi nibnu fil-qasam tal-intelligenza artifiċjali u li minna ikun biss jiswa dejjem taġid għall-poplu li jsib b'attenzjoni u mhux taġid biss għall-bwiet kolli ngħidha għaliex jiena nemmen li l-flus kultant jiġġeneraw il-ġenn u nisvijaw minn dak li rridu mmorru. Allura mhux li mmorru għall-bwiet tal-ftit li lesti jaslu għall-erda tal-popli. Dan huwa l-messaġġ tal-Papa u jiena żittu ftit għaliex nemmen dak li għall-Papa. Jien nirringrazzjakom, nibdew mill-ewwel il-programm u nsejjaħ lilek il-Professur Gianluca Valentino.
Grazzi, Onorevoli Speaker tal-Kamra tad-Deputati, parteċipanti żgħażagħ u rappreżentanti tal-imsieħba fil-proġett Wired Youth Science Forum, mistednin distinti. Huwa ta' pjaċir kbir għalija li nindirizzakom fil-bidu ta' din is-sessjoni fil-Parlament li jagħti bidu għall-aħħar fażi tal-proġett Wired Youth Science Forum, li hu iffinanzjat mill-Programm Ewropew tal-Erasmus+. Il-ħsieb ta' wara dan il-proġett ġej mit-twemmin tal-Kamra Maltija tax-Xjentisti li hemm bżonn li t-tfassil tal-politika tkun ibbażata fuq l-evidenza. U anki l-bżonn li jiżdied in-numru ta' studenti fis-suġġetti STEM, bħal huma x-xjenza, it-teknoloġija, l-inġinerija u l-matematika. U marbut ma' dan li tiżdied ukoll ir-rata tal-parteċipazzjoni ta' dawk li għandhom sfond f'dawn is-suġġetti fit-tfassil tal-politika nazzjonali. Il-proġett huwa wkoll ispirat mill-Forum Xjentifika Ewropew li kien isir fuq livell Ewropew minn Wissenschaft im Dialog, isem ta' organizzazzjoni mhux governattiva Ġermaniża li tfisser xjenza bid-dialogu. Il-proġett Wired Youth Science Forum ipprova jinkoraġġixxi iż-żgħażagħ li jimpjanjaw ruħhom f'parteċipazzjoni politika attiva ma' xjentisti u ma' dawk li jieħdu d-deċiżjonijiet sabiex jitalbu l-proċess ta' kif tiżviluppa politika bbażata fuq l-evidenza. F'dan il-proġett diversi żgħażagħ ilhom minn Settembru li għadda jipparteċipaw f'diversi attivitajiet fosthom jiltaqgħu ma' xjentisti u riċerkaturi fil-qasam tal-intelligenza artifiċjali li hija t-tema xjentifika magħżula għall proġett. Li jiltaqgħu wkoll ma' dawk li jfasslu l-politika f'pajjiżna u anki jitalmu ħiliet ġodda bħal huma li jaħsbu b'mod kritiku u anki li jitħattu fil-pubbliku. Fis-sija u nofs li ġejjin se nassistu għal dibattitu parlamentari fejn iż-żgħażagħ li se jkunu maqsumin f'diversi komitati se jkunu qed iresqu reżoluzzjonijiet li jittrattaw diversi temi fejn tidħol l-intelligenza artifiċjali. bħal huma l-edukazzjoni, ix-xogħol u l-etika. Wara li jitressqu riżoluzzjonijiet, se nisimgħu l-argumenti kontra u mbagħad ngħaddu għal-vot. F'isem il-Kamra Maltija tax-Xjentisti u l-imsieħba tal-proġett Wired Youth Science Forum li huma l-Esplora, Aġenzija Żgħażagħ u Science View mill-Greċja, nixtieq nirringrazzja lill-Onorevoli Mr. Speaker, id-Direttur is-Sur Peter Paul Mallija u lill-personal kollu tal-Parlament li ħadmu sabiex seta' jsir dan id-dibattitu ġol-Parlament Malti u ninsab ċert li se tkun esperjenza unika għal parteċipanti żgħażagħ f'dan il-proġett. Grazzi.
Ingrazzjak, Professur Gianluca Valentino. Mela, issa nibdew mill-Kumitat dwar l-Artificial Intelligence u Edukazzjoni. Hawnhekk għandi il-membri li naħseb ħajjagħmlu il-preżentazzjoni huma Kessida Zammit, Martin Mazrallah u Lara Meli. Mela, tibda inti, tafas il-mikrofon.
Onorevoli, jien nisimni Kessida Zammit u qed nipparteċipa f'dan il-proġett. The Wired Youth Science Forum Committees on Artificial Intelligence and Education submits the following resolutions to the Maltese House of Representatives. The resolution on the question of the growing prominence of artificial intelligence in various sectors raises inquiries about its implication for education, while AI holds promise for improving learning outcomes and creating innovative education experiences. Concerning about its potential misuse by students also surface. Finding a balance between the advantages of AI-driven education technologies and addressing potential challenges becomes impressive to equip students with necessary skills for navigating the evolving education landscape. The Wired Youth Science Forum Committees on Artificial Intelligence and Education cites the following sources: the 2021 Education Policy Report on the Finnish government and the 2023 Maltese ICT syllabus, in which issues are being highlighted as follows. A. Noting that students are able to copy essays using AI tools such as ChatGPT and Essay Genius, undermining academic integrity. B. Aware of the fact that AI is shortening the attention span of students. C. Pointing out the fact that teachers are not prepared for AI generation since it is a fairly new technology. D. Acknowledging that AI has the potential to enter help as students in their academic journey, or else hinder them by providing an essay within seconds, thereby bypassing the necessary learning process. E. Emphasizing the fact that there is a little to no element of AI in our syllabus during the years where the school is compulsory. F. Aware of the fact that there is a digital divide present between European countries and poorer countries in the third world regions. To this effect, we, the Committee of Artificial Intelligence and Education, recommend this Chamber the following actions. 1. Suggesting that teachers and educators find a way to get to know their students better, so the educators know at what level each one of their students stands on. So when grading an assignment, the teachers would know what to expect from their students. 2. In order to increase students' attention span, recommending that they need to balance their technology use and not use AI generators for all their school assignments. Also, students need to engage with the subject because if they participate and underestimate the topics, it will most likely catch their attention so that they will remain engaged in the topic. 3. Drawing the attention to the fact that by introducing seminars surrounding the main ideas of artificial intelligence, school staff would be more aware of what AI consists of and how to go about preventing students from plagiarizing their work using these kinds of softwares. 4. Proposing the emphasis on frequent written assignments in the classroom, where the students are not allowed to use the internet, so that if they wish to do well, they will have to do their part, study and remember what is being learned in class. In this way, if they choose to use AI, it will be to educate themselves further on the topics they are being taught in the classroom rather than to cheat on assignments. 5. Advocating for the early introduction of fundamental concepts and advantages of artificial intelligence to primary school students in order to be as familiar with them later on in life as we are with our core subjects. This could also increase the number of students who opt for computer science or artificial intelligence as a career, and hence creating the more upskilled society that is required in order to accompany the rapidly developing field of artificial intelligence. The 2021 Finnish Education Policy Report states, new technology and operating methods will be used in teaching and learning, making it possible to build for each side a study path that matches their goal, skills and capabilities while reducing inequalities between students. 6. Due to Malta being a developed country, technologies including AI can easily be assessed to balance the usage of AI. An education program should be developed to raise awareness about the disadvantages of excessive use of it. This will highlight the importance of balancing AI with human skills. Also, these programs might help students emphasize the importance of the brain. Artificial intelligence does not only have negative factors, but it also has its positive features. For example, it helps with detecting plagiarism and helps students understand certain topics. This is why AI should be accessible to everyone, and this can be done by putting computers in every library so everyone can make use of AI. Mr. Speaker, kindly forward our resolutions to the member of this chamber. Thank you.
Ningrazzjak ħafna. Issa nsejjaħ lil Martin Mazzralla. Yes.
Honourable Mr. Speaker, members of the Parliament, distinguished guests.
Mela, ħansejjaħ Lara Meli.
Good morning to all. I would like to take this opportunity to elaborate on what my teammate Cassidy just said. Our committee recognizes the previously listed issues. We are strongly encouraging our solutions as young people. We prioritize and emphasize our education, since we wish that our generation, as well as future generations, will grow up to be strong and capable individuals who stick to our personal values. One of these values is our integrity, which is something that needs to be taught to people from a young age and further emphasized during their developmental years. We believe that by pointing out the importance of fair education is an essential part of the concept of integrity and inclusion, since education is the first step to emancipation. Educators should prevent AI generation of assignments by finding out a way to get to know their students better, by creating a personalized curriculum for students, allowing them to perform at their maximum potential, by including written assessments in the classroom over online ones or home-based assessments, and by emphasizing a balance in technology use. We also wish to point out the importance of the awareness of the basic concepts and uses of AI, both for the educators and the students. For the former, seminars should be introduced where staff members are taught about the main features and ideas behind AI, as well as potential ways to prevent their students from using this tool in a negative way. Methods which the teachers can further build upon and make their own. AI can be used in order to create a personalized curriculum for students, which allows them to learn at their own pace and remain engaged in the lesson material so that they will be able to perform at their best. This concept should be also introduced to teachers in these seminars so that the education system will be as inclusive, diverse, and integrated as possible, and so that the population of Maltese students will be able to reach their utmost potential. For the students, AI needs to be incorporated in the syllabus from a primary school stage. At the moment, children at primary level in Malta are focusing on the use of technology as a tool to help with schoolwork. However, AI is not introduced to them at any stage and is instead introduced in the C3 syllabus from secondary school upwards. In order to make an impact, it is better that these young students are shown the basic ideologies of these types of tools, so that over time they develop the skills at the same rate that they do for our core subjects. This could also lead to more students leaning towards a career in the fields of AI or else another aspect of computer science, which prepares the students for the upskilled, futuristic society that is rapidly developing due to the emancipation of this field. Lastly, this education for both teachers and students should incorporate the basic ethical values and dilemmas that accompany AI, both inside the school environment as well as outside of it. Students in post-secondary and university level are those who are the oldest and who have a shorter portion of their lives in education exposed to the ideas of artificial intelligence technology. These are also the students who have already had experience in some form in the workforce and who will soon begin their career in the field of their choice. This is why it is most urgent for them to be immersed in this software before finishing their education journey. This is why it is essential for these institutions to incorporate more AI into their daily operations, into the curriculum, even if these students are studying a course that is not related to computing, and into their learning facilities. In doing so, these students will become prepared for their future careers in our modernized and upskilled society. Despite all this, it is important to note how far Malta has come within this field. When the idea of digital devices and software was being developed in the 1980s and 1990s, Malta was still far behind in the advancement of technology, as we were still going through a period of becoming an independent nation without needing to depend on others. Now, about 40 years later, not only has our nation managed to catch up, but we are one of the forerunning countries in the field of AI. This means that we have access to all sorts of information and resources, and we should make use of them. Our team recognizes how much the Maltese government has had to work to achieve this, and that the presented ideas cannot be achieved overnight. Nor can you focus solely on the advancement of artificial intelligence technologies in the field of education. However, we wish that the Honorary Speaker of the Chamber will consider our ideas. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lara Mary. Issa nerġa' nsejjaħ il-Martin Mazralla.
In conclusion, considering what has been said and the groundbreaking effect,
Mela, tajjeb, għed kellimni profs, mela, qabel ma tirrebatti inti, ħalli nara għaw xi kommenti minna l-oħra. When you do your comments, identify yourself, okay?
Honorable Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the Parliament, my name is Vasilina Marcheva, and I'll be expressing counterpoints to the opposing Committee of AI and Education recommendations. In Recommendation 1, while fostering a deeper connection between teachers and students is commendable for various reasons, yet it may not be the silver bullet for preventing the use of AI-generated content. Students using AI tools for essay writing often exploit technology to produce seemingly personalized work, making it challenging for traditional methods for understanding students' ability to uncover these instances. Even so, understanding students better doesn't inherently prevent the use of AI-generated content for copying essays. A more comprehensive approach might involve implementing plagiarism detecting tools or educating students about the ethical implications of using such technologies. Moreover, the collaborative effort between educators, curriculum designers, and technological experts can lead to the development of comprehensive guidelines and policies that promote fair and ethical technological use in academic settings. Thus, while strengthening the teacher-student relationship is valuable, combating the use of AI-generated content requires a multi-phased approach. This involves an advanced plagiarism detecting tools, educational initiatives on digital ethics, and collaborative efforts to establish guidelines that ensure the responsible use of technology in education. In recommendation 2, while suggesting a balance in technology use and encouraging active engagement is beneficial, it may not fully counter the argument that AI is shortening students' attention span. The challenge lies in the pervasive influence of AI technologies, and a more nuanced solution might involve incorporating interactive and dynamic teaching methods, such as role-playing and stimulation. Creating scenarios where students can role-play or stimulate real-world situations, this hands-on approach can deepen understanding and engagement. Whilst the use of multimedia, incorporating videos, animations, and interactive presentations can make lessons more engaging and cater to diverse learning styles that actively stimulate students' interest and critical thinking, alongside addressing the impact of AI on attention span. Additionally, advocating for the development of critical thinking skills and media literacy can empower the students to navigate the digital landscape responsibly, fostering a deeper understanding of the information they encounter. Overall, a comprehensive approach would involve educators adapting teaching methods to capture attention, promoting instinct motivation, and integrating technology responsibly within the educational framework. In recommendation 6, the issue of digital divide is not taken into consideration. Rather, it highlights the importance of balancing AI with human skills. To truly address the digital divide, it is essential to acknowledge the systematic disparities in infrastructure and resources between affluent European countries and economically disadvantaged developing countries. While educational programs can be part of the solution, they might be insignificant in overcoming the substantial challenges this region face. International collaboration and financial assistance should be integral component of any strategy. Governments and organizations can play a pivotal role in providing financial support for the establishment of technological infrastructure in less privileged areas. This includes initiatives to build and maintain computer labs, ensure reliable internet connectivity, and supply necessary hardware. Making AI tools accessible in public spaces, like libraries, is a step forward to democratizing access. In summary, overcoming the digital divide requires a well-rounded approach, combining educational awareness with international collaboration, financial support, and region-specific solutions. This way, we can work towards ensuring that the benefits of AI are available to everyone, regardless of their location or economic status. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Bonġu lil kulħadd. Skużaw, Mr. Speaker kellu raġunijiet personali ħalli ftit iċ-chamber u bħala Deputy Speaker. Ovvjament mod naturali la tkun deputat speaker tittufu ix-xogħol ukoll li kun qed jagħmel Mr. Speaker. U allura ħankomplu ovvjament b'dak li imiss u issa nsejjaħ lil wasalna l-aħħar kelliema kienet Valentina, jekk nara sew ismek le? Martin, okay. Martin. Martin Masrallah, am I saying it correctly?
Yes.
Yes, Martin, the floor is yours.
Thank you. In conclusion, considering what has been said and the groundbreaking effects of AI, contemporary teachers need to be taught how to understand AI and have more knowledge of it to better understand how it's affecting their students and to instead learn how to use it effectively to help their students achieve the best outcome possible. Trying to get to know their students on a personal level as well helps as well, since most students only use it due to anxiety and stress, and can lead to better mental health and so more consistent understanding of the taught materials. Teachers can use AI to provide automatic generated content to use in notes or short summaries of stories and novels, and can save a significant amount of time, helping them to have more time to get to know their students personally and pay attention to not only their academic needs, but their mental needs as well, since the two are undoubtedly intertwined. The students, however, need to be taught the basic idea of AI from an early age to prevent misuse and to spread information that the students might be interested in and want to learn more about on a higher level. Teaching these students about AI from an early age will further help them understand and use concepts like personalized learning to get unique tutoring that cater to their specific strengths and weaknesses and special needs. While they're navigating their chosen educational institution, the students need frequent written assessments that allow no use of an internet connection, and so no use of AI to judge them consistently, and puts less pressure on each test on students that could lead to less plagiarism and higher assessment scores. AI can also be used in these institutions to create so-called smart classrooms, where students' learning is processed digitally to provide the best outcome in an educational setting, which can help put less stress on the teacher, allowing them to pay more attention to more important problems that AI can solve. In general, the committee acknowledges the various benefits of AI can offer within the education system, but it also emphasizes the need for cautious navigation to mitigate potentially revolutionary impacts.
Thank you very much. I understand that now we can have other comments? Commenti oħrajn? Any other comments? No? So I understand that now we can take the vote. Those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I need to see a little bit of hands up, please, from those in favor, okay, so that we can have a good count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 in favor. Against? Anyone against? No one against. Abstentions? 2 abstentions. Okay. So, the motion is passed. Okay? Naddu issa mela għal-Kumitat dwar Artificial Intelligence u l-Etika. And I start off from Gabriel Borg Ferrando. But he's giving the floor to... Okay, I was told Emma Muscat will be the second one, but okay. Emma Muscat will take the floor now.
Good morning. My name is Emma Muscat, on the Committee on the Ethical Considerations in AI Development. The Wired Youth Science Committee on the Ethical Considerations in AI Development submits the following resolution to the Maltese Houses of Representatives. Resolution on the question of ethical considerations in AI development are paramount as technology advances. Developers and stakeholders must navigate the complexities of creating AI systems that align with moral principles and societal values. Addressing biases in algorithms, ensuring transparency, and safeguarding user privacy are critical aspects in the development of AI. The responsible use of AI involves continuous scrutiny, open dialogue, and the establishment of frameworks that prioritizes fairness, accountability, and the well-being of individuals and communities affected by AI technologies. A collective commitment to ethical practices is essential for shaping a positive and inclusive future with AI. The Wired Youth Science Committee on Ethical Considerations in Artificial Intelligence refers to Article 21 of the European Charter for Fundamental Rights. MIT new study finds gender and skin type bias in commercial artificial intelligence systems. Study of Stanford University Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence, introducing the Foundation Model Transparency Index, and Cornell University Survey on Bias and Fairness Machine Learning, in which issues are being highlighted as follows. A, deeply concerned of the biases present in historical datasets used for training artificial intelligence models exaggerating social inequalities. B, alarmed by the potential implications of biased algorithms in the growing role of artificial intelligence in decision-making. C, aware of the lack of control of the personal data. D, recognizes the distinct nature of data and its potential impact on society if appropriated. E, deeply conscious of the high risks involved within the application of AI and intricacies relating to liability. F, noting with deep concern the ineffective access to evidence and difficulty of tracing back that is necessary to build a case in cases of injury, thus may lead to less effective redress possibilities. G, emphasizing that the implementation of AI impacts the psychological well-being of workers. To this effect, we, the Committee on Ethical Considerations in Artificial Intelligence, recommend this chamber the following proposals. 1, recommends further work towards diverse and representative data collection, ensuring that data sets used for training AI models include samples from various demographics, socio-economic backgrounds, and cultural contexts to minimize such biases. 2, establish a regulatory scrutiny body tasked with overseeing and enforcing the data sets inputted into artificial intelligence. 3, endorse and strengthen robust cybersecurity protocols and encryption mechanisms to prevent unauthorized access or breaches that could compromise the confidentiality of users. 4, initiate a regulatory requirement for organizations to conduct regular privacy impact assessments, a method for identifying and assessing privacy risks throughout the development lifecycle of a program or system, whilst incorporating stakeholders' input and external audits to assess and mitigate evolving privacy risks associated with AI's data, and this must be done every year. 5, calls for an EU fund to be created to encourage the development of user-friendly dashboards, allowing participants to easily monitor, edit, or withdraw their consent at any stage, empowering them to exercise control over their data. 6, institute enhanced and standardized informed consent protocols, specifically tailored to the intricacies of AI applications. 7, reaffirms the requirement for all AI developers to obtain liability insurance with coverage proportional to the risks associated with their specific AI applications, fostering a system of financial responsibility and extending the risk-based approach as taken in the EU AI Act. 8, establish a mandate that all organizations can be held liable for failing to provide transparent and understandable explanations for the decisions made by their AI systems. instructs the Speaker of the Maltese Houses of Parliament to forward the resolution to the members of this chamber. Dear Mr. Speaker, Malta Chamber of Scientists and colleagues, we are here today to discuss the pressing issue, which is ethics in AI. Upon writing this resolution, we kept one aspect in mind: humanity. We kept humanity at the center of our proposals to uphold ethical principles. Ethics, as stated by renowned Greek philosopher Aristotle, is the branch of study dealing with what is the proper course of action for man. It is therefore a guiding principle that shapes our actions and decisions and is the moral compass that navigates the complex landscape of human behavior and societal values. Artificial intelligence, AI, refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think and mimic human behavior. It represents a paradigm shift in how we perceive and interact with machines and empowers us to push the boundaries of what is possible, unleashing a wave of innovation that has the potential to transform every aspect of our lives. But amidst this awe-inspiring potential, we must not lose sight of the profound impact that AI can have on society. It is not just a tool or a technology. It is a force that has the power to shape the course of human history. Thus, by implementing ethical considerations into AI, AI can become a catalyst for positive societal change, where innovation is synonymous with responsibility, and where the benefits of technology are shared by all. Ethics, as the guiding force behind human actions and decisions, serves as the bedrock upon which responsible AI development must be built. The words of the ancient Greek philosopher resonate even more strongly today, urging us to contemplate not just the proper action for man, but for individuals, but for the collective responsibility we bear in shaping the course of AI's integration into our world. In an era where AI systems are increasingly influencing our daily lives, from healthcare to finance, from transportation to entertainment, we must pause to reflect on the ethical implications of these innovations. We cannot ignore the serious ethical concerns that arise as AI becomes more developed, from concerns about data privacy and algorithmic bias to questions surrounding liability and transparency. The ethical dimensions of AI demand our careful and proactive action. Today, my colleague and I gather not only to acknowledge these issues, but also to propose solutions to tackle them. The resolution we are here to discuss emphasizes the critical need to establish ethical principles in the design, development, and implementation of AI technologies. We cannot afford to overlook the potential ethical ramifications of AI systems, which have the power to influence decision-making processes, shape societal norms, and impact the lives of individuals across the globe. At the heart of our resolution lies a commitment to fostering a culture of responsibility and accountability within the AI community. By promoting transparency in AI algorithms, ensuring fairness and equity in their outcomes, and safeguarding user privacy and liability, we can strive towards harnessing the full potential of AI for the greater good of humanity. Picture a world where AI-driven solutions are not only cutting-edge, but also equitable, where technologies prioritize safety and security, and where every individual, regardless of their background, benefits from the positive impact of AI. This vision is not utopian. It is achievable through a steadfast commitment to ethical AI practices. As we stand at the precipice of an AI-powered future, we must recognize the profound impact of our choices and actions. By embracing ethical principles, we can steer the trajectory of AI towards a future that is accountable and aligned with our shared values. As a committee, we urge you to pick a future where humanity prevails over unethical machines. This is the future we desire. This is the future we all deserve. Therefore, let us look ahead and take on the innovative ideas presented in our resolution. Let us bold stridely into the future, where the heartbeat of AI resonates with the rhythm of our shared and ingrained values, for the sake of our children. Thank you.
Well said, thank you. And I think that you are going to forward me some motion, no? You're going to present it to me now or later? Emma? Do you have a copy for me, or shall I take that later on? Good. Good. Any comments? Any other interventions on the subject? Yes, I see Lara Meli. The
Yes.
floor is yours, Lara.
Although the points...
Excuse me? Again, Gabriel now first. Okay. Okay, Gabriel, the floor is yours. Excuse me. Gabriel Borch Ferrando.
Thank you. Dear Mr. Speaker, Malta Chamber of Scientists, and esteemed guests. In an age defined by incredible leaps in technology, the rise of artificial intelligence stands as a monumental achievement. As a committee, we recognize the profound impact AI can have on society. And thus, we gather here with a solemn duty to ensure that as we embrace AI, we do so with integrity and fairness. Our mission is clear: to forge a path where AI serves humanity equitably and ethically. This resolution is our commitment to shaping a future where innovation uplifts rather than undermine the Maltese values we hold dear. We pinpointed and tackled the main worries within the realm of AI, everywhere from bias to privacy and consent concerns, to the critical issue concerning liability. As a committee, we committed towards reinventing our future and tackling these issues, keeping everyone in mind, from the biggest businessman to the smallest child, aspiring of their future. And therefore, it is truly a testament of ethical innovation. Therefore, we are proud to have formulated a step towards an ethical future. Firstly, what is this bias within AI? According to the International Business Machines Corporation, otherwise known as IBM, AI systems that produce biased results reflect and perpetuate human biases within a society, including historical and current social inequality. And this is directly tarnishing our modern principles of equality, as carved in Article 21 of the EU Charter of Fundamental Rights. Joy Bolamuini, a researcher at MIT, discovered that some facial analysis software were unable to detect her face until she covered her dark skin with a white mask. How can we let AI take us back into the 60s? She concluded that this was due to AI systems being solely trained on white faces. Therefore, our first proposal was to be proactive and ensure to further expand representative and diverse data collection, preventing future biases from being inputted. Therefore, we kept humanity at the center of our decisions, truly protecting everyone as we carefully balance innovation and responsibility. We remain concentrated in improving its capabilities while defending our rights, and therefore we propose the creation of a specific scrutiny body tasked with overseeing the datasets inputted into AI to mitigate any biases present. As a committee, we also recognize data protection as an essential theme to enforce and to ensure the safety of users when using artificial intelligence application by endorsing robust cybersecurity protocols and encryption mechanisms to prevent the confidentiality of users from being compromised. This gives ease of mind to several users when using an AI application that, as stated by the notorious newspapers Reuters, they are able to infer sensitive information such as a person's location, preferences, and habits, poses risks of unauthorized data dissemination, coupled with the potential for identity theft and unwarranted surveillance. Therefore, as a committee, we went the extra mile by upholding and enforcing current requirements, making it a regulatory requirement that organizations are to conduct annual privacy impact assessments in order to mitigate any privacy risks present, assuring everyone's safety. This is an essential step to work towards a safe future where we are truly able to coexist safely with AI. As a committee, we continue to work towards making a resolution truly holistic. We innovated and reinvented current regulations to truly better our society. We highlighted the need for a revision of our current consent protocol to specifically tailor them to the intricacies of AI, ensuring users are well informed during the consent stage due to AI's unpredictable nature. As a committee, we did not shy away from truly giving humanity control. And thus, we called for an EU fund to be created to encourage user-friendly dashboards to allow participants to monitor, edit, or withdraw their consent at any stage, truly empowering them. This mirrors our unwavering approach towards placing humanity at the center. Finally, we ensure that all AI developers are to obtain liability insurance with coverage based off of their specific AI applications in order to foster responsibility and offer ease of mind towards users. This will act as an extension of the risk-based approach taken by the EU AI Act. However, we also understand that every wrong action cannot go unpunished, and thus, any organization failing to provide transparent and understandable explanations of their AI application can and will be held liable, ensuring accountability across the spectrum, protecting you and your families. These proposals are the plan towards a safe and ethical future, truly allowing AI to advance and develop whilst keeping it true to our values. Vote in favor of such a resolution to truly place humanity at the center. Don't let them convince you otherwise. This is the way forward. We feel obliged to ask those parents present with us today if they want their children to be able to grow up with the safe and the ethical use of AI. We must not take it for granted. Vote in favor of this resolution. Vote in favor of innovation. Vote in favor of our values. Vote for a world with the ethical use of AI. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very well prepared, Gabriel Bort-Fernando. Proset. Do I have anyone who would like to speak? Yes, Emma? Sorry, Lara Meli? It's a rebuttal, I understand, no?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Although the points which the Committee of AI and Ethics have presented are all valid, some of them are already in motion. For example, many artificial intelligence teams, including ones found locally, are aware of the effects of bias in creating a model and have already begun taking action in order to further diversify their data. According to Malta, the Ultimate AI Launchpad, a document written by the Malta AI Task Force in 2019 with a set of goals to be achieved by 2022 and a second set to be achieved by 2030, one can note that there is a reference to legal social protection mechanisms which should be set in place to ensure not only that our data will be safeguarded and private, but also to ensure that AI will be accurate, user-friendly, and human-centric. The same document also references the concept of a data sandbox in order to aid in security and privacy in relation to data processing. This means that all data will be thoroughly tested so that a more general conclusion can be made before releasing data or programs, such as AI platforms, to the public. In doing so, it can be ensured that anyone who has already consented to AI technology having access to their data can be certain that it will not be misused, nor will it be released to the public unless absolutely necessary. The Malta AI Task Force also suggested setting up a National Technology and Ethics Federation, which will be in charge of overseeing many ideas that you have discussed in your resolutions list, including diversifying their data space, strengthening cybersecurity protocols, and conducting regular PAIs. Additionally, according to the Malta Digital Innovation Authority, there are new socio-economic challenges since 2019 that have been recognized, and there has already been work carried out in order to solve these issues. For example, they are introducing stakeholder meetings with representatives of AI entities. This is similar to the AI and Ethics Party's recommendation to introduce a figure in charge of observing the datasets inputted in AI and enforcing the diversity that has been neglected by AI developers in the past. Moreover, the document mentioned above refers to secondary processing of personal data to ensure the individual's data is protected. In conclusion, a great deal of the material you have presented is innovative and insightful, and a large portion of this is new material, which Maltese communities have not yet come up with. For example, your suggestion that AI developers should have a liability insurance, and that all companies should be held liable for not providing a completely transparent idea of how their data will be used in the future. However, it is important to consider that not all of the material was original, as previously discussed, and that the government and Malta AI Task Force have already considered the ethical consequences of artificial intelligence, as well as ways to move past these ideologies. Thank you.
Thank you. Proset, Lara. That's a bit difficult for you now, huh, Gabriel? Yes. Any more comments? Anyone else would like to take the floor? No? So I would now like to ask you, Gabriel, to conclude.
Dear Mr. Speaker, honourable distinguished guests and colleagues, we currently find ourselves at the intersection between innovation and responsibility as the rapid use of artificial intelligence intensifies. After constructive dialogue and collaboration, as a committee we proudly presented a formidable and holistic resolution, protecting and reinventing current regulations on AI. Although supporting innovation, we kept humanity at the center of our approach. Our resolution holistically tackled and embraced the values we believe in to protect our rights and progress into a future which we are proud of. And therefore, we cannot agree with the points made by Lara Meli, as we currently see that in our GDPR law, according to the EU, privacy impact assessments are only mandatory for at least every 3 years. In our resolution, we stated that it will be made annually to protect all of you and your families from your data being stolen. We also agree, however, with when Lara stated that our resolution is innovative and insightful. We are giving you the future towards protecting you and truly protecting the values which we hold dear. We must not shy away from artificial intelligence, but excel into the future with these high ethical standards. This vote decides the position of Malta and whether we enter the new era truly protecting the values and rights we believe in as stated in this resolution, or we regrettably remain bystanders and watch the world evolve without our valuable contribution. This resolution, like how stated by Lara, prioritizes the prosperities of family, endorses communication, protects the data of users, mitigates discrimination fully, and maintains those organizations liable for any harm. whilst endorsing innovation as we continue to strive to place humanity at the center of our work. You must all, and I must emphasize this point, you must all feel the profound significance that this singular choice carries. Let the pulse of this decision resonate within you. This is more than a call for innovation. It is a plea to protect the very essence of humanity in the face of technological evolution. Let your vote resound with a defiant declaration for dreams, for families, for humanity. Vote in favor of this resolution and look ahead into a world with the ethical use of AI. As stated by Lara, it is innovative and insightful. And let us stand together. Thank you.
Thank you. So, now I would like to take the vote. Those in favor, please raise your hands. I hope you listened to what Gabriel wished. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 in favor. Anyone against? You have no one against, Gabriel. That's good. Abstentions? Not even an abstention. So that's a very good result. Okay? So the motion is passed. We go to the third committee, Artificial Intelligence and Work, impiegi. Do I ask Leon? Yes, Leon Muscat to take the floor, please. Leon.
The Wired Youth Science Committee on Artificial Intelligence and Jobs submits the following resolution to the Maltese House of Representatives. The resolution on the question of the increasing prevalence of artificial intelligence in the workforce raises questions about its impact on employment. While AI has the potential to enhance productivity and create new job opportunities, concerns about job displacements also arise. Striking a balance between the benefits of automation and addressing potential workforce challenges becomes crucial. Proactive measures such as upskilling and reskilling programs are essential to prepare the workforce for the evolving job landscape, ensuring that the integration of AI positively contributes to the economic growth and social well-being. The Wired Youth Science Forum Committee on Artificial Intelligence and Jobs cites the following sources: the Junior Achievement USA Survey 2023 and the Nexford University article 2024, in which issues are being highlighted as follows. A. Alarmed by the threat AI imposes on the lack of work opportunities for young people and those with little work experience, needing jobs are frightened by the prospect of remaining jobless. B. Assuming that AI excels to the level beyond our current knowledge, jobs and other professions are being taken over by AI. C. Believing that human workers can be substituted with AI leads to a further gap between the lower and upper social classes, thus imposing a more alarming situation. D. Aware of the possibility that it would be unclear who would be liable if AI and other AI-controlled products provide faulty work and/or a dissatisfying product. E. Considering that implementing AI in the work environment at a rapid rate drastically changes the work ethic and creativity employees have in the workplace. F. Emphasizing that the implementation of AI impacts the psychological well-being of workers. To this effect, we, the Committee on Artificial Intelligence and Jobs, recommend this chamber the following actions. 1. To combat the lack of opportunities for young people and/or those with little work experience, government facilities such as schools and official government workplaces should be urged to provide courses so that young people and those with little work experience can have prior knowledge on artificial intelligence. While it's adding that policies should be implemented to promote equal opportunities for individuals with differing backgrounds, having a bigger focus on those with limited experience. 2. On the premise that AI takes over jobs and professions, it could be considered necessary to implement proactive labor policy, such as reskilling and upskilling programs to prepare workers for evolving roles, fostering collaboration and educational institutions to identify and merge the required skills. 3. We should also draw attention to the possibility of the incentives and policies to make AI and other related technologies more accessible to small businesses. This helps people of the lower class to gain a footing in the industry they're trying to make themselves known in, which leads to economic growth while minimizing the ongoing gap of the upper and lower social classes. 4. In the event that AI were to provide dissatisfying results in the workplace, it should be demanded that if a place of business were to use AI as a service, that service should be given regular maintenance checks and quality control measures. While in the event that AI were to provide a satisfying result in the workplace, a solution is this problem is implementing human involvement. What does this mean? It means having a person overlook and upkeep the service. 5. In the event that the implementation of AI in the environment changes the work ethic amongst workers, it should be mandatory that when making any decision involving AI being implemented in the workplace seeks inputs on how and where AI tools can be integrated into the workflow to enhance productivity, rather than disrupt the creativity and work ethic. It should be encouraged, embracing flexible work arrangements that accommodate different work styles and preferences, providing support between structured and rigid tasks that are suitable for AI, and leaving creative endeavors that require a more flexible and collaborative environment. 6. Considering that implementing AI impacts the psychological well-being of workers, policymakers and businesses alike are encouraged to create supportive environments by providing programs, counseling, and implementing AI responsibility. Speaker of the Maltese House of Parliament.
Just stop, rewind, and play.
Thank you. Speaker of the Maltese House of Parliament, I urge you to forward the resolution to the members of this chamber. My name is Leon Muscat, and I form part on this committee about artificial intelligence and jobs. Here, we discuss the rising use of artificial intelligence in the workforce. We as a species have made huge technological advancements. The advanced world is at an intersection of a bigger leap in the advancement of technology. This evolution of AI has led to economic growth, but it has sparked significant and arguably urgent concerns that we will be addressing and providing recommendations to combat and ease the anxieties of these concerns and the impact of AI and employment. We have provided recommendations to ease these issues in the future, are taking account the psychological effect of AI in the workforce for employers to take into account their employees' input and how to implement AI without the sacrifice of creativity and good work ethic, and pushing for AI to be provided to those with less opportunities. The goal is not only to understand the current scenario, but also to envision a future where the integration of AI into our workforce is inclusive, equitable, and beneficial for society at large. As the Wired Youth Forum Committee for Artificial Intelligence and Jobs, we hope that we not only understand each other's point of view, but through this, we learn more on what artificial intelligence can provide. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. So you'll be handing me that proposal. Thank you. So now do I understand that Sarah Kassar will speak now or later? Now. Okay, Sarah Kassar, you have the floor.
Good morning to all. I am Sarah Kassar, and today I'd like to take this opportunity to elaborate on what my teammate Leon has said. Many people tend to focus on the negative aspect of AI. They tend to believe that AI only has a negative impact on jobs. I believe that there's two sides to the story, and the person should be open-minded to see both. There are two aspects, as I said. The negative one, that AI is displacing many jobs, and the positive one, that many people tend to neglect, which is that AI is also creating several new jobs. Firstly, I would like to say that AI is creating several jobs, as I said, including data analyst, software engineer, robotics engineer, and many more. Also, I'd like to remind you that not all jobs are vulnerable to be displaced, such as therapists, healthcare professions, and research workers, and several more. And this is why it's crucial to see both sides to the story. There was a research made by Lincoln, and it said that although it is true that by 2025, 85 million jobs are to be displaced, AI will also be creating 97 million new ones, like the ones I mentioned before. Therefore, this net gain in job employment will lead to economic growth. Also, it will also lead to diversity of job opportunities. And this is why it's important for a person to be up to date with technology, so that we all have an upper hand in finding a job, and we will also have a diverse range of job opportunities with a higher chance of getting employed. To my opponents, don't you want to be aware of all the new updates regarding AI? I'm sure that it will be beneficial for everyone, knowing that we're living in a modern world and a technological world where AI is constantly and rapidly evolving and improving. Personally, I want to be aware of anything regarding AI, as it's not only going to affect me now, but it will also affect many future generations. And this is why a person might feel vulnerable, because they're not keeping themselves up to date. And so I believe that it's very important that a person is aware of all the impacts AI has regarding jobs, so that I don't put myself or my future at risk. And I'm sure you do as well, because at the end of the day, who wants to become jobless? AI is also making jobs better. It's reducing the need for manual data entry and repetitive tasks. And not only that, it's also enhancing decision-making through data analysis and risk assessment. And also, jobs that involve complex problem-solving and strategic planning will also become more prominent. Everyone can see that the rate of which AI is displacing jobs is increasing rapidly, and this is why a person should reskill and upskill themselves. Reskilling is the process of learning new skills so that you can do a different job, or training people to do different jobs. And upskilling is the workplace trend that provides training programs and development opportunities to expand an employee's ability to minimize the skill gaps. Reskilling and upskilling is of high importance for a person to be better adapted to this modern world. Reskilling is also important because it also minimizes the stress a person has. How would you feel going to work every day feeling unsure if AI will take your job? Because, as we know, society already has enough to stress about. And so why would we want to keep on adding more for us to stress on? There's also this trend where young people or people with little to no work experience are being told no from getting a job. And so the courses that my teammate Leon has mentioned previously will serve as an experience, and so these young people can be able to start to build their CV for when they have to apply to jobs. And then they will also have a greater chance of getting the job, because these courses won't only serve as training, but it will also make the person more familiar in the work environment. At the end of the day, the company's main aim is financial growth. And I believe that an exaggerated amount of work ethic will be holding the company back from enhancing and improving, as taking each and every person's emotions into consideration will create a sense of empathy, and it will also be unfair. For instance, imagine having someone that doesn't meet the requirements that a company has, and instead of firing them, you keep them just because you feel bad for them. That does not make sense. This will be holding the company back, as the employer would still have to pay the employee, and it will also hold the company back as the company will be having people who aren't up to the standards working for them, and this will make the company seem unprofessional. Would you want to keep paying someone who doesn't meet the requirements just because you feel bad for them? If every company had this mindset, I'm sure that they would go out of business. Therefore, this is why I say again the importance of reskilling and upskilling, as it's not important just for you to find and keep a job, but also for the company itself. Reskilling and upskilling is also very important because it will make a person more tech savvy, and this will look amazing on the CV, as it will make a company feel better to hire someone who's tech savvy than having someone who's stagnant and remains with little to no knowledge regarding AI. Also, I believe that if an employee doesn't meet these requirements, they should be fired, as having someone who is potentially more educated regarding AI in this modern world is much better for a company. I believe that young people have the right to have a job, as many young graduates believe that they'll get a job after college. And I believe that they should, because they worked super hard for the job, and it's not fair for them to have AI do this job for them. And this is why reskilling is important, so that you will find a job that you worked hard for. I don't think that someone will have fun knowing that they've wasted the first 20 years of their life just to have AI do the job for them because they didn't reskill themselves. The resolution that my teammate Leon said prioritizes the importance that people will be able to feel secure in their job, because they will be up to date and they will have the abilities to keep this job. And if many people take advantage of AI, poverty will decrease, and the distance between the rich and the poor will decrease, and so will the digital divide. And I thank you all for listening to me, and I hope that you will vote in favor so that everyone in these future generations and these present generations will feel at ease going to work every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone wants the vote. Very interesting. Everyone wants to have his motion passed. Do I understand that there's a rebuttal from someone? I understand. Okay. So we go to Gabriel.
Dear Mr. Speaker, and esteemed guests, along with the Malta Chamber of Scientists, as the Committee of Ethical Considerations in AI Development, we recognize AI's distinct benefits within various aspects of our society. However, we also recognize the pressing issue of job displacement, which several families face. This is a real and intimidating force which currently faces our reality. According to a report by McKinsey Global Institute, up to 800 million jobs worldwide could be automated by 2030. This staggering figure represents around 1/5 of the global workforce. This is why we need a concrete and holistic way forward. However, I have several points of rebuttal. As stated by Ms. Kassar from the Committee of Jobs, artificial intelligence does indeed create jobs. However, according to the World Economic Forum, in the next 5 years, 83 million jobs are to be lost, and only 69 million jobs are to be created. Therefore, there is still an overall loss of jobs. Like she said, The creation of new jobs will ensue upskilling, which will leave the current workforce struggling to keep up, with them being unemployed for a certain time. Although this may be short, this will cause instability, stress, loss of opportunities for children, and forcing the family to choose between whether to buy medicine or food. The resolution formulated by the Committee on the Impact of Artificial Intelligence and Employment, although has several good points, is not capable of effectively tackling this issue and ensuring the food on families' plates. As a committee, we wholeheartedly believe in safeguarding our children's future in order for them to aspire and achieve the professions they want to fulfill. Therefore, we highlight the lack of measures taken by the committee to ensure that traditional jobs such as doctors, engineers, and teachers are still run by humans. As a committee, we feel obliged to ask what proposals were made to ensure that these traditional jobs will not be lost, and whether the only vision that the committee has is completely shifting our workforce to be modelled around artificial intelligence, as said by Ms. Kassar when she said the new jobs will be data analysis, software engineers. But I did not hear one mention of what will happen to teachers, who are the basis and the pillars of our society. And thus, it will be truly limiting our children's choice and taking away their aspirations. But as long, and I quote, we offer them the necessary counseling programs once it's done. Artificial intelligence should be used as a tool to help our professions, and it must not dictate our future. We must not move towards artificial intelligence, but bring it towards us. We are pleased that both our committees recognize the need to tackle the critical issue of liability. However, we remain preoccupied by the ambiguity and lack of vision within the proposal of the Committee on Jobs and how it proves no real solution. However, as a committee, we remain concentrated in truly offering the best for families, as outlined in our resolution, by employing liability insurance with coverage according to the risk associated with the specific AI application, truly protecting you and your families. We are extremely unsatisfied by this resolution formulated due to its sheer ambiguity. When going through it, you realize that there is no clear vision. They hide behind vague terms. And said by Ms. Kassar, if you are not tech-savvy, if you're not up-to-date, you should be fired. We understand the sensitivity of such a topic. So how can you trust this sensitive topic with this resolution? As a committee, we recognize the importance and vulnerability, and therefore we understand the importance of a holistic and formidable approach. Therefore, we cannot accept the mediocre approach proposed, as we must strive for the best for Maltese families and not sideline them to place heartless machines. We must keep in mind struggling families trying to make ends meet and how, with the resolution formulated by the Committee on Jobs, we will be forcing our children to work for AI, as the machine can do a better job at their aspirations than them. As a committee, we remain steadfast in our human-centric approach to truly place ethics into AI. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel. That's a hard nut to crack. So I know more comments before the committee defends itself? No? So I'll ask you, Vasilina Marcheva, is that correct? Good, to take the floor.
Fellow honorable members of the Parliament, I want to thank you again for this opportunity. My name is Vasilina Marcheva, and I'll be concluding today's debate on impact of AI and employment. To summarize, as previously indicated in today's discourse on AI and jobs, opinions often fall into two camps: those who see AI solely as a threat to the employment, and those who view it as a gateway to a more convenient work life. However, the reality is far more nuanced, and I believe it hinges on how we choose to harness AI's capabilities. As my opponent Gabriel said, AI will displace around 85 million jobs, but also AI will create 97 million new ones. Studies indicate that despite job displacement, there will be significant net gain in employment by 2025, thanks to the emergence of new roles fueled by AI technology. Remaining abreast of technological advancement is paramount in securing a diverse range of job opportunities and ensuring career longevity. Are we not intrigued by the prospects that AI offers in our rapidly evolving world? Personally, I find it imperative to understand AI's ramifications, not just for my present career, but also for future generations. Moreover, AI isn't merely a force of displacement, it enhances jobs efficiently by streaming manual tasks and facilitating data-driven decision-making processes. Yet, the pace at which AI disrupts traditional jobs is accelerating, emphasizing the urgency of reskilling and upskilling initiatives. These practices not only future-proof individuals, but also alleviate the stress associated with adapting to a rapidly evolving job market. Young graduates, in particular, deserve the opportunity to secure meaningful employment based on their hard-earned skills, rather than being overshadowed by AI automation. My final remark would be that by embracing AI's transformative potential, we can work towards bringing socioeconomic disparities, fostering economic growth, and narrowing the digital divide. Let us seize this moment to shape our future where AI serves as a catalyst for positive change in the job industry. I hope you vote in favor for securing your future and your children's future in this rapidly changing workforce. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Vasilina Marcheva. Marcheva or Marcheva? Marcheva. Okay. So now we have to take the vote. Those in favor, please put up your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Those against? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Abstentions? So the motion passed through 16-11. Okay? Now, I understand we have the final comments. Would you like to, Gianluca, say some few words before we close the session? Fidek, Gianluca.
Yes, so thank you once again, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. As the Malta Chamber of Scientists in this project, I'm happy to see that we brought together a number of different stakeholders, different entities and organizations, but most importantly, that we gave an opportunity to these youths, these students, to learn what it means to think critically, to speak publicly, and also to tackle a subject such as artificial intelligence, and to think about the effects that this might have on their future lives, careers, and also the generations which are to come after them. So this is basically the objective that we tried to achieve with this project, and I'm very happy to see that you've all participated with enthusiasm, and I wish you all the best for your final event, which is tomorrow. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. But that means that you have some work to do. I always say, after such debates in the chamber that it's good that we talk, it's good that we debate, it's good that we pass. I think 3 of them passed now, all of them passed. But then what's the next step? Do we leave it there and tomorrow we forget all about it? I said this also to the other conferences which we had, and eventually one of them was taken up and a book was eventually published with all the speeches that were held in that debate. So I don't know if you have in mind to do that. But if you have in mind to collect and to gather what has been said and what has been proposed by the committees that have been approved by this chamber, I think that the next step would be that you should send them to Mr. Speaker, and he will then distribute them to all members of Parliament, and then probably a follow-up meeting needs to be held, so that we see what's the next step after what you have told us here in Parliament today. Do we agree? Do you have an agreement, Gianluca?
Yes, so just to add on to what you just said, one of the deliverables of this project is in fact the preparation of a policy paper which gathers together all the resolutions and all the ideas that have been and proposals that have been put forward today. And we'd be very glad to share this with, let's say, the actual policymakers in this country, which are the MPs, so that they get visibility of what youth in Malta is feeling, is thinking about, and potentially we might see this evolve even further.
Yes, and to follow that up, probably we will go for a tour around Parliament building. This is the main chamber, but we have also other rooms, which we call them committee rooms. We have a number of committees in Parliament, be it Foreign Affairs, be it Social Affairs, be it House Business Committee, and I understand that maybe we can understand which is the best committee to actually take up what you have said today to us, and members of Parliament will be ready to discuss that even on a committee stage with you. So this will not be the end, but this will be the beginning. And hopefully what you've presented to us today will eventually start, step by step, to be closer to the policymakers of this country. Okay? Yes?
Just a final remark, it would be it's a dream of the Malta Chamber of Scientists, actually, that we might one day have a committee on science and research, so that matters such as these are actually discussed at the highest levels, bringing together all the stakeholders, of which there are many, and so that any aspect related to science and research, which has a national impact, can be discussed at these levels.
I will forward this also to Mr. Speaker. He will definitely be on the forefront to actually find the right committee so that we will be able to discuss further your ideas as regards to science, as regards to research, and I am sure that you, as a Malta Chamber of Scientists, are doing a great job, and we will support you, okay? And hopefully that all your ideas, or most of your ideas, will find, even if they're not 100% agreed to, and I've seen Gabriel not agreeing with some of the points of another committee. Don't bother about that. We'll get together and we'll find the right way forward. In our Parliament, I think the best laws that we ever did were those that were debated most and were heated most. Because if you have a debate that runs through, okay, no changes, no nothing. But when we debate and we try to get amendments for a particular motion, then probably that will be the best for our people, for our country. So having said that, thank you all, and I wish you all the very best. And now let's gather together for a commemorative group photo. Okay? Thank you.